I didn't even do a mic test. Is this working? Hello? Hello? Oh, wait. I think it's working. Let's do this real quick. Sorry, I rushed. Is that better? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Alright, chapter 4. I don't even know what to say anymore. I think we're past the point where it's gonna be, like, uncomfortably close to real life, because now we're getting into the weirdness of Psycholonials. At least until the last couple chapters, when we'll probably find out what V was cancelled, or Z was cancelled for. But this should be a pretty middle-of-the-road chapter, I think. Although, no, next week is the last one before break, so next week we'll probably have a big cliffhanger. So we're gonna go in. Oh, it's her on the beach in her disguise. That's from the trailer. Here we go. Interlude 2. Influencer Z named person of interest in murder of Nantucket police officer. Uh-oh. Like the authorities are finally closing in. You know this was coming, right? Been sloppy, Zen. Shen. Set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the shit on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. We're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I'll say as much. We're dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever those exist, and wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump that car on the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it will take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So what'll it be, Zen? Can't stop now. Hahaha, whoops, okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work, if I'm being totally honest. I just want to say hello again, remind you I exist, to remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you, but it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. No, that's the second time it's not even a choice. We're not there yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, because you're a fighter, Zhen. That's what I love about you. Aw, sweet. Okay, Volume 3 wasn't much. What happened in Volume 3? Volume 3, Abby learned about Z killed a cop. And we learned that the cops have figured out it's Z and put her on newspapers and stuff. There she goes. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple of weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio around the clock, you've worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. She's in her BTS hat. You slip out the back and head toward the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 miles down the coast. It's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. The gender diagram. Are you not clown gender? There she go. She's got the sports glasses! Photoshopped right out of Hussey's picture, so you can still kind of see Hussey in there. That's very weird. Soon enough, you'll need some automotive mobility for practical purposes, but for now, it's good to just get out of the house and drive, so you can think. So much has happened in the past couple weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all, but I guess that's just life now. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. Since you've relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Her following has just been ticking up steadily too, but it's nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. Wow, Hussy. 413 posts, 612 followers. I thought you were done with the meme numbers. That's just like a blatant thing there. You are the star of the circus, and now even Abby's fanbase has to admit she's become a close orbiting satellite to your brand, rather than the other way around as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many of its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. It's like a car crash in slow motion. There is a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal events surrounding your daily drama of your brand will only get worse, and people are here for it. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave these denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention to your accounts. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation, which only serve to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them were big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship, a story that's easy to sell to a hungry crowd. Almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent prankish efforts. On that front, it's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amount of stocks to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet unbeknownst to her husband, in anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets which she can make off with after the imminent divorce. Every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute those funds to your offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear that their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and sex messages frequently between their phone calls. You've had a lot of fun photoshopping the head of the man she believes she's talking to onto the body shots of source from amateur porn. You've got some pretty steamy pics from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of having to share those with her. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects we were working on. Having another set of hands would be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have seen his photo. You still haven't told him. You just can't seem to find the right moment. We have to be a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. You'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows he's perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. You haven't been seeing this place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere. Not surprising, since they've probably taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore. All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and nasty macaroni pots. It's all probably in an evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking spot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline trek back to your hideout. You're in no hurry. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing, and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby too, for that matter, but it's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. Oh, there's another figure out in the water. Yep, there's one out in the water. That's Death Stranding. Watch out, Z, you're being haunted by the itch.io monster. Later. Is that Minecraft title theme? How much did they deposit today? Your dad put in around 350 million. Your mom only bet 100 million, but that's actually a lot for her. Biggest deposit she's made yet. Wow. I can't believe how casually these people peel off another 100 million bucks like a $10 bill. Money seems so abstract and meaningless to them. No wonder this is turning out to be easy. I'm not sure I would call it easy. I feel depraved pretending to talk like a Republican. Saying some of the shit I've said has made me feel so much dirtier than if all we were doing was stealing money. At least your side of the operation is more fun. I'm hardly doing anything anymore. Percy's been doing most of it lately. He's coaching her very well on working their assets. He's turning out to be a pretty good con artist. Well, that's only because you are, and you're the one coaching him. I don't know, I've barely talked to these people at all, except for initially seducing your mom in a shitty email chain. You're the one who somehow turned your dad into a slobbering crypto junkie. Dude literally believes our entire economic system is on the brink of collapse and Bitcoin is the only safe haven now. It's true. He's really obsessed with this project now. To be fair, our entire economic system actually is on the verge of collapse, but whatever. He won't be affected by the collapse because all his money will be gone by then. Yeah. How much do we have now? Almost 5 billion. Fuck, that's so much. And certainly nothing to sneeze at. And you're like absolutely sure it's like ours. Yes, except for what they deposited today, none of the money is still in my spoof wallets. I resell the coins quickly and spread it out a bunch of foreign accounts. Wait, you actually just opened a bunch of Swiss accounts or some shit, like in the movies? Well, they're not mine exactly, they're all in your name. It's less suspicious that way since, you know, you're actually a rich person and I'm a fucking wanted felon. When you look at it that way, I guess this is all really just an elaborate early inheritance scheme. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins out right after they put them in. No, they only see what I want them to. The wallets make it look like the coins are still there. They'll only run into a problem if they try to sell them. And I don't see that happening soon. Your folks are awfully bullish on crypto suddenly. When you say their money is all going to be gone, are you really going to try and get all of it? That would be ideal, but we're gonna hit a wall soon. I don't think even your dad is dumb enough to convert his entire fortune into Bitcoin. And Percy tells me it's sounding like the remaining assets are going to be a lot harder to move. Much less liquidity than whenever they've been trading to buy the coins we got so far. He must really be in deep with my mom to find out anything like that. Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, we both are. We tag team this. I listen in on his calls with her and sometimes text him notes on where to steer the conversation. God. I'm also in charge of supplying the thirst trap shots. What? This is courtship absolute. This courtship is at a whole other level now. Percy's putting on quite a show with his very masculine, Republican-sounding voice. Naturally, there's going to be some texting, too. Like with actual photos. Percy sending my mom nudes? No, I just photoshopped them. It's easy to find face shots of this real dude she thinks she's talking to. Just paste them on, like, amateur stuff. LMAO! And boy, does she reciprocate. I mean, I must say, Abby, your mother is one hot bitch. Why are they repeating this? Hussey shouldn't have done the exposition earlier if he was going to deliver this all through dialogue. It reads much better in the character this way, but we've already just read exposition on exactly the same topic. Oh, I wasn't planning on sharing my gallery of your mom shots, don't worry. It's my private collection. Oh my god. I'm probably going to be skimming here. I can see where you get it from. Yowza. She's quite attractive. I mean, she was a trophy wife once upon a time. I almost feel sorry for her developing a sort of kinship with her, actually. We both want... Why? Because we both want to rip off your dad. It just so happens I'm the one actually succeeding. Whatever, she can take solace in the fact that her daughter turned out to be 1 billion times the gold digger she ever was. That's true. It turns out I'm quite rich. I had to do even less to get my shady funds than my criminal dad did. Now all I need is my own trophy wife. Wow. If anything, you'd be mine, since I have way more clout now. Oh, god. Excuse me, Aziva, I just hear you say all these bank accounts are in my name. You're right, because I don't know whose money this really is. According to the tenets of Pranktious, nobody really owns it. It's all fake, just like gender and all the other stuff you like to rant about. Money is just little numbers on a computer mostly, moving around all the time, but not really doing the world much good. So we might as well move it our way and make some better things happen. I can't believe how thoroughly I've converted you to jubilatism. And I thought your parents were supposed to be the easy marks, falling for all this Bitcoin, but you make them look like stone-faced skeptics. Well, I have to keep sucking up your whole clown religion if I want to be your trophy wife someday. Else I'm going to cash in on my own money. That's extremely fair. Carry on, kissing my ass then. You haven't even heard the good shit yet. What's the good shit? Like, advanced lessons in pranksters. If you like what we've already been doing, the advanced shit would knock your socks off. Oh lord. These are the types of methods we'll need to start employing if we want to get the rest of their money, plus a lot more from other sources. They aren't exactly the only billionaires in the world, you know. Unbelievable. You've got $5 million in the bank and you just want to keep hustling? Well, hell yeah. We're on a mission here, why slow down? I can't even imagine what you're planning on doing with all this money. You can't even show your face in public because you're a cop killer. Doesn't matter if you can't imagine it, I can. It all just feeds into more pranksters. More money, more publicity, more financial influence and leverage around the world, more pranksters. Alright, but what if we slowed down a bit? Just like, try to enjoy this more? I feel like I keep coming back to that. This is supposed to be fun. It is fun. Pranksters is fun. It is its own reward. You know why people play pranks? Because that shit's fun. Okay, yeah, I can argue with that. Or agree with that. I can't argue with that. But it's also very risky, high-stakes stuff, and I don't know, there's other stuff to think about. Like what? Well, I have ideas too. Oh, do you now? Since when? Since always? I'm full of ideas. Not sure I like hearing this. I'm not getting myself a trophy wife so she can do a bunch of thinking. I'm not gonna be your trophy wife. Either you're going to be mine or this marriage is off. Holy shit. Yes, ma'am. Tell me your huge brain ideas. We're done with my dick flat. That's a good meme reference. I've been thinking a lot about your clown gender stuff. Yeah? Yes, it all sounds so silly at first, but it's kind of a brainworm. I've been considering where I fit on the triangle. And what have you decided? Well, I don't know if anything fully speaks to me yet, and I just wonder if some adjustments could be made to the system. Adjustments? Yeah, I mean, like, since it's kind of a silly system, you just pull it out of your ass anyway. Abby, I did not just pull this out of my ass. This is extremely serious. Oh, sure, saying you identify as clown gendered is the most serious thing in the world. Who could argue with that? You know what I mean. Yeah, I know you believe in the ideas. I'm just saying. Since you're so creative and all and extra serious about gender philosophy, maybe you could, like, do something with horse gender? Horse gender? Yeah, why not? Abby, that is patently absurd. No, it's not. Not any more absurd than clown gender. But it doesn't have to be if you actually think about it and make it work. I think you just want to identify as horse gender no matter what logic I come up with. So what if I do? Isn't that my right? Well, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe you have a good point. God damn, I can't believe I'm letting you strong-arm into revising my manifesto extemporaneously. Nobody would even know you're revising it. Just release a new chapter, elaborating on it. Kind of like you're still going to unveil advanced pranksters or whatever. That's true. Give me a minute. Let me sketch some ideas. Aw, Maple Hoof! And the horseshoe. Aww. You and Abby head right back to the gender drawing board. She's given you an interesting challenge. Handed you an oddly shaped shoe, if you will, and it's your job to make it fit. After playing with your continuum a bit, you decide to stay with your pyramid format. You don't want to revolutionize your system too much, since everyone's already acclimated to the logic of a pyramid. Your goal is to enrich everyone's understanding of gender, not vex them with increasingly convoluted nonsense. Oh god, the music changed. We got a star in Mario. After a couple hours, you think you have something workable here. You and Abby are too excited about to sit on it, though. You decide to improvise a live stream right now to inform everyone of your astounding new breakthroughs. Oh, we actually get to see the live stream this time. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled to hear I made an astounding new breakthrough on the Jubilite philosophy of gender. I have just 2 words to say. Horse gender. As you can see, the pyramid-shaped continuum remains intact, but the y-axis has been expanded to go even lower, which means that while horizontally we have the conventional male-female gender spectrum, vertically, we also have the clown-horse gender spectrum. Both axes are, of course, a fluid spectrum, and you can position yourself anywhere on this continuum that feels true to your experience. So, what's horse gender, you asked? Glad you asked. It represents the extreme counterpoint to clown gender. People were actually sketching this out on the Psycholonials Discord. It was an inverted pyramid where Percy was on the bottom. where clown gender embodies a whimsical, absolute lack of identification with the conventional gender spectrum, or even the idea of gender as a whole. Horse gender is the total opposite. It means extreme identification with any given gender on the horizontal axis. So if you're a horse-gendered male, it means you're saying you're extremely male. Or if you're horse-gendered female, you're like, God damn, am I a fucking woman? I guess an example of that would be like TERFs. I mean, I don't take that too literally. I don't want to taint horse gender for everyone right out of the gate. It could also be hello woman identified without being weird and turfy about it, and that would still be a totally valid horse gender feeling. Like my friend Abby. She's a proud horsewoman. So I think you get the idea. Move the scale toward the clown, you hardly give a fuck. You're a wild card, untethered from this maddening social construct. Move toward the horse, and you're digging in. Where the clown is a symbol of whimsy, the horse is a symbol of strength. You're like, hell yeah, I'm this fucking gender, and that's cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. The system accounts for it. All points in this continuum are equally valid, and notice in the middle of the scale vertically between horse and clown, that's just the average gender spectrum. That's where you are if you don't feel super strong or weak about your identity either way, and if that's you, also fucking valid. So, having said that, allow me to illustrate some examples of putting this into practice as I see it. Now, I don't want to claim for these people, I don't want to speak for these people. You should try to see them as, like, my headcanons. I guess they come forward if they set the record straight if they want. Haha, Post, I'm looking at you. Just joking, man, you don't gotta. But you can. Yeah, it's not quite how non-binary works. This reminds me of the screen cap I showed you guys last stream of me saying, hey, Hussy, you don't have to post this, but you can. So, who she got on here? She's a clown. Post Malone is like the bottom male clown, right where I put Imp on mine. The Rock is pretty horse, but look, Obama is max horse male. And is that J.K. Rowling as max horse female? And Ariana Grande is medium horse. Is that Miley Cyrus as half clown non-binary? And is that Justin Bieber? It's very hard to tell with these pixels. I think that's Justin Bieber. And he's like sort of male-ish non-binary clown, but just a little bit. What else is going on with this shit? Let's see. People think the Obama placement is a no-brainer. J.K. Rowling, too. Now that's a horse-gendered woman if there ever was one. Hey, what do you want from me? She gets up to all this turfy. This is, topical still. Seems to me if she wants to park herself in the barn and make a big turfy bed out of, like, hay or whatever and wacky gender essentialism, then she's more than welcome to do that. It just lands her on the horsewoman point of the triangle. That's all I'm saying. Go on and let her whinny. Or don't. Drag her to the glue factory if you really must. I'm not here to police your online activism. I'm only here to report on all the good shit when it comes to my kick-ass gender pyramid. The point is, all of this is accounted for in the diagram. Know this and be free. Alright. Is that enough of fucking that yet? You bet it is. Later. Oh, here's the trailer scene and I'm sleeping. In the trailer, she didn't have the makeup on, did she? So he must have edited that specifically for the trailer, because this shot's in the trailer. Oh, dream sequence. We're getting a dream sequence today. Oh my god, the horse clown. We're in the dream world now with all the tents. Yep. Oh, that's a really cool shot. Oh, here we go. He's got green fingernails now, too. And a red... This looks a lot different than the trailer. Oh my god, his lips. Wow, that's some huss nasty there. Oh my god, look at him. Jesus Christ. Hussy's gone full Dragon Ball. You've been doing very well. Oh, is that it? Yep. Just a taste, we see him. He's talking in the hussy green. Very weird. Oh, and there's her dead dad again. And the other figure, which was probably her as a kid. Might be having an Ashka situation here. This is gonna be the end of the chapter, isn't it? No, the next day. Are we gonna get Percy? She said Percy could lend a hand. We haven't got his hand stuff yet. Yep, here we go. You check your phone, and notice the date happens to be the 20th of May. Exactly 1 month since the night you went on the fateful drive with your manifesto. Today, Percy is scheduled to arrive so he can assist you with new projects. You wait for his ferry from inside the Bentley, parked at a distance to stay out of sight. You haven't been here since the night you disposed of the squad car. You find yourself glancing in that direction now and then. You have no wonder if they dredged the car out of the water yet, or even figured out that's where it ended up. That incriminating dashboard camera footage was probably completely wiped after being submerged in salt water for weeks. Guess you're relieved about that, but then, with the amount of hysteria there is about this case on the media, that footage hardly seems to matter anymore. You're the one they're looking for. Nothing can change that. All you can really do now is make sure you don't get caught. He's got a mask on! That's great. There's Percy. He radiates the nervous energy of an eager simp. He looks around for you, but of course you won't be getting out of your car. You'll just text him to come find you. Aw, shit. Shit. Cops must have been waiting for Percy to arrive before making their move. Were they tracking him from the mainland too? How'd they figure out who he was? Maybe they ran some facial recognition software in the photo you sent. Something finally turned up in their system. Whatever the case, this won't do it all. If they take him into custody, interrogate him, and take his phone, this is all over. They'll close in on you and Abby in no time. You need to deal with this now. Oh my god, she's gonna crash into them. You know, Tron. Oh my god, Z! She's gonna T-bone a police car. Yep. She's got her gun. Oh my god! Who is that? Oh look, there's the citizens. Whoa. There she goes again. Oh, there's a guy taking a picture. Oh my god. I guess there's no doubt that she... Oh, she's still shooting. People are just meandering around. This could have been a flash. There she is, saving Percy. The loss of the BTS hat. Symbolic. You need to get off the streets fast. Your car is totaled, and Abby's house is too far away. You look around for shelter, any place at all to get you out of broad daylight for a while. Not a lot of cops on this island, huh? You just remember the restaurant you used to work at is down the street. Hopefully the owner still has it shut down due to the pandemic. That would be an ideal hideout for the rest of this day once it blows over. You head down the alley to the back entrance. There's a good chance it's locked, but that shouldn't be a problem. Just gonna shoot the lock off like a movie. Yep. It's dark inside. All the tables and chairs are put away. Looks like no one's set foot inside her since the last day you waited tables. Perfect. Oh no, she's gonna get with Percy right now. She's hooked up on adrenaline. How'd she get hurt? Well, perfect for hiding. Oh, the car crash, duh. But in most other ways, far from perfect. Ugh, this is a mess. There's no drowning the evidence for what you did this time. You murdered 2 cops out in the open, and the dashboard camera surely caught it this time. There were a few eyewitnesses as well. You'll be hearing about this on the news before the end of the day, no question. Maybe within the hour. Revisit the memories of working at this restaurant with a mysterious pang of nostalgia. You used to hate this place. You resented the tourists, the bad tips, the shitty boss, but seeing it empty and dark like this, it reminds you that things never may return to the way they once were. They certainly won't for you after what you just did. You nearly forgot about Percy. He stands there shaking, terrified, still cuffed. You just realize he probably assumes he was arrested for his involvement with Bitcoin fraud. Maybe you have some explaining to do. Hey Percy, are you okay? Oh man, you're bleeding. Wait. Oh, that's just my blood. I guess I fucked myself up in the crash. Wow, I thought one of my bullets got you. Listen, there's something I need to confess. You know how I've been saying all those cop killing accusations are lies? Well, I actually did it. I killed the cop in self-defense and covered it up. I mean, maybe that's not the stunning news. I think it's just considering, like, I just shot 2 cops in front of you to bust you out of custody? LMAO. Okay, that's not actually one to confess. See, the reason they arrested you is... Man, why is this so hard to admit? The cops got your picture because I roped you all into this. I roped you into all this Bitcoin scam shit. That's what it was. It was all my fault. I got you into this mess, I suckered you into our pranksters racket, and now you're a wanted felon just like me. In my defense, I was just having too much fun scamming those rich boomers with you. You're a natural at it. And I was on such a roll making fake amateur nudes in your Photoshop and shit. Maybe this sounds selfish of me, but I wouldn't change a thing, even though it got you in trouble with the law. Well, got us both in trouble. I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. That sense of your life is never going to be the same again. You'll always be looking over your shoulder. The name Percy is going to be forever associated with these crimes. There's nothing left to do but keep fighting until the threat is fully destroyed. And I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. Oh, I already read that. And here's the good news. No matter how much the media drags the name of Percy through the mud from now on, we both know there is no Percy anymore. Percy died today. You are no longer a humble human simp. You are a Jubilite now and forever. You are a purse. End of chapter 4. That's it. I'll see you all next week. At 2 p.m. today, Octopimp is going to be streaming some of his old Homestuck videos, so he might reveal why he left. I've heard it has to do with very weird, like, DMCA copyright reasons that I hope he'd talk about, but we'll see if he's up to it. I'm going to go watch that, and I'll see you all here next week, next Wednesday. See ya.